All right, well, welcome everyone. I'm Brett Ewald, Director of the Cape May Bird Observatory, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 42nd Annual World Series of Birding Awards Brunch. How about a big round of applause for everybody here? First, let's start off with a happy Mother's Day. So, a nice round of applause for all the mothers out there. This is the 42nd year, but each year brings new teams, new faces, and new excitement, growing the community of people that care about birds and conservation. So thank you all for what you do. Each person, each team, and each dollar raised for conservation makes a difference. So again, big round of applause to you. There are so many people involved in making an event of this size go smoothly, and it does go remarkably smoothly, I think. Thanks to all the New Jersey Audubon staff and board members, from those on teams to all the people behind the scenes, such as communications, development, and finance. A very special shout out to the CMBO crew, especially the special events team. So to Lillian Armstrong. And Shannon DeAngelis, where's Shannon at? There she is, back through the door. Those two really do bring this event to life, spending countless hours before, during, and after. For them, it's not over. They got quite a bit of work to do yet, and they do a great job of it. Thank you so much to the volunteers. Any of the volunteers in the room at the moment? Please raise your hand if you are. They're probably still out there working. Thank them for all that they do to make this event possible. Thanks to our sponsors and supporters. Thanks to Westside Market for the generous gift of food for the finish line. And of course to the Grand Hotel for hosting us once again. I also want to thank Terra Listens. So this is something unique. As the first Terra Alliance partner, New Jersey Audubon is excited to be partnering with this new cutting-edge conservation tool. In a unique tie-in to the World Series, Terra is going to be comparing what they picked up on their Terra units within New Jersey and comparing it to what you picked up out in the field. So I'm going to look forward very much to getting those results. And if you haven't heard of Terra or you don't have one yet, get one. And you can, believe it or not, you can find them at New Jersey Audubon Centers or go online to our online store and pick one up for yourself. I think you'll be very surprised, and it really is going to be the next step in conservation. STVP in the back is recording today's brunch, so you can share it with friends and family later. It's going to be on the website in a few days, so thanks again for the great productions that they do. Couple other just announcements quick. One, you'll see a card on your table about the sweepstakes that's coming up that's part of the festival, but you don't need to be at the festival to take advantage of that sweepstakes, which happens to include a stay at the Grand Hotel, and the most important part, a walk with yours truly at some point in the future. And another last announcement, photographer Joanna Arlo, where's Joanna? She's here, obviously, there she is. So she is willing to take your photos out on the red carpet before you leave, so take advantage of that as well. So I think that's kind of it. I just, again, personally, want to thank all of you. Look at this great full room again. Yeah, this is really a special event, and now 42 years, so a shout out to Pete Dunn, again, for getting this rolling so many years ago. And then without further ado, I am going to pass it along to our president and CEO, Alex Ireland.
Hey, good morning. As always, it is so awesome to see you out there. We do a ton of events at New Jersey Audubon, but I hear so many people say this one is their favorite. The World Series of Birding as an activity, this brunch in particular to honor the kids, the adults, the mothers, the fathers, everybody who is out there looking at bird species, the habitat that they rely upon, and doing things that we enjoy to inspire people to take conservation action. So I think we have 2 stars. It's you and it's all of the birds. So let's give them both a round. You know, as we've talked about a lot of times, we have sort of 2 main objectives with this event, right? We get out, we observe, we compete, we get inspired, we raise funds to pursue our broader conservation mission. Both of those matter a lot. So I am really honored. I get to throw out the big thank yous to our sponsors. We had a corporate sponsor this year of the whole event. So BASF stepped up and they sponsored the event. That was new for us. That's quite helpful to drive our mission forward. So we're very grateful to them. We have other corporate sponsors. Ray Financial steps up every year. Atlantic City Electric and Zeiss, of course, step up as major sponsors of this event and other things that we do. So we're very, very grateful for that support. So let's give them a round of applause, please. And then all of the teams, so the teams that are out there making it happen. So this is a crowd that pays a lot of attention to numbers. So remember that all these numbers are preliminary, but as of about May 11th, we had 92 teams competing this year. As near as we could count, we had about 476 individual participants. So that's a big number of folks out there engaged. And the number you all really care about, best estimate, as of yesterday, we got 248 species in New Jersey. So, pretty cool. And I think one of the conservation messages that I just want to keep driving home, and everybody we see, everyone we talk to, every one of those species, whether they are residents or migrants, depend upon the habitat that we have here. What we do in New Jersey matters a lot. Our geography matters a lot. And the fact that we are the most densely populated state in the nation gives us that extra ability to protect habitat where we can and encourage others to do it. So that's the message that I like to drive home from a conservation standpoint. Yeah, I think that's about it. We had a bunch of teams raising money for New Jersey Audubon. That's awesome. We always like to give a shout out to a special category of ambassador teams who are not filled by staff and board, because we have our own incentives to be out there raising money. So last year, the Middlesex Merlins were our largest team in that category, raising $3,400 to benefit New Jersey Audubon. So a big thank you to them. Cool. All right, and before I get out of your hair, I want to emphasize what Brett said. Today is Mother's Day. I am so grateful to all the mothers. I'm especially grateful to my own wife, Allison, who also coincidentally has a birthday that often coincides with this event. So Mother's Day and birthday, thank you to Allison for being here, and all the other mothers out there.
All right, on with the show. So next up, we're going to be presenting some of the awards in the various categories. So we're going to start out with the youth, the Zeiss Youth Birding Challenge. Again, I want to say another thanks to Zeiss, who has been such a longtime supporter of New Jersey Audubon, and especially youth birding. We did have a late entry in the Division D, Carbon-Free Kids. So I'd like to congratulate the kingfishers with a total of 58 species. Are the kingfishers in the room? Okay. All right, well then we'll move on to Division A, grades 1 through 5. We have the winner at the highest total of 143 species, and that is the Nosora Feelings, YMOS. If you're here, come on up and get your award. Who wants to take it? You do? Okay, oh, picture, right? Are we doing pictures up here? Where do you want to do it? Right here? Right
So, we are the YMOS No Sort of Feelings, and I'm Gavin.
I'm Leo.
I'm Evan.
And I'm Theo.
We would like to thank people such as our mentor, George, for making this possible. Thank you, George, for being able to teach us so many things about birds and creating a schedule that got us the most possible birds. We would also like to thank our parents who had to wake up early at 3 a.m. with a cup of Wawa's coffee and drive us around the entire day. Thank you. We had a wonderful time birding this year, and we would like to share a few stories and highlights. My story began at 7:59, just before the World Series of Birding officially ended. We were one bird away from the record of the most species from the elementary team, and we were desperately listening for Sora. However, when George announced that the World Series had ended, we had no Sora.
Oh,
We still had a wonderful time, and we came up with a total of 143 species. And however, when we drove around the bend about 6 feet away, 2 mute swans appeared that we missed earlier. That was a minute after we got them.
My highlight is the roseate terns at Higbee. It was really great. It was a lifer for all of us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that was the only lifer for Gavin here, and it was just in the tern flock right by the jetty. So it was really, really close. It was really, really nice.
Oh, there were tons of birds in New Jersey. Yesterday, there was Mississippi kite, swallowtail kite, all these awesome birds. But the thing that I feel most proud about is the Chuck Will's widow we saw in Belle Plaine. It made this call, and then Gavin and then Leo had figured out where it was with his flashlight. We stopped the car, and then we saw it off it, and then it flew off. It was amazing.
My favorite part is when we were at Springwatch, and there was 5 Mississippi kites flying over and 1 swallowtail kite. Both of them, swallowtail kite was a lifer, so that was my favorite highlight.
Give him another hand. Okay. All right, up next, Division B, grades 6 to 8. The runner-up with 151 species, YMOS Thrush Hour. And the winners with 152 species, just one more, the YMOS Wren Willard End. And step forward.
Okay, thank God this works. We are the YMOS Renwillet N, and we are just so happy that we could be here today. And first of all, we would like to thank George Radcliffe for being pretty much helping us do this. Like, we would not be able to do this without him. We would also like to thank all the parents who didn't have to get up at 3, but had to get up at 1, and had minimal coffee, I think, because we were near no Wawas or something. So I'm sure that was rough. Our day started out pretty slow. We didn't get a ton of nocturnal species early. We got chucks first right at 3. It was hilarious. We did not hear anything. And as soon as it was 3, they just started calling. That was pretty much our only nocturnal species other than Virginia rail. Our day started, once we got to Cape May Island, Meadows or that area, we pretty much just camped at Coral for over an hour, and it was just incredible. There were swallowtail kite flew right over our heads. We got Mississippi kites flying around. There was Bonaparte's Goal right on the beach. It was just insane. Other highlights include, also on the island, so I think most of you know there was a painted bunting at someone's feeder. We drove by there 3 times, and on the 3rd, we literally just saw it fly away. We got a picture on the feeder, and it flew away. Another highlight was a northern water thrush, which we would not have gotten because we had to stop. We were at these feeders, and next to someone's house that we usually got woodpeckers at. And we were talking to the person who was sitting outside, and they were like, if you go back 50 yards, there's a northern water thrush singing. So obviously, we just did that. It's not that far. And we have one more highlight that I think someone wants to share.
So, we were at this spot that was supposed to have piping plovers, and we were there for maybe 10 minutes, and we walked the whole beach and we didn't see them. But as we were walking out, there was this one dune right before the exit of the park, and a piping plover was just sitting on it. And it was right as we were about to leave, so it was we couldn't believe it.
Also, FYI, I'm Ryan.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Will.
I'm Cam.
And we are the YMOS Renwillet N.
All right, up next is Division C, grades 9 through 12. The runner-ups with 174 species, the NYSYBC Razorbills. They're not here, okay. And then in first place, we actually have a tie. So I'll say both teams, and then you can both come up with 199 species, the Flying Penguins and the Pete Dunalins. Okay, we just have the one for now. Yeah, yeah. We just have the one here. Yeah, we'll remedy that, so. Somebody gets to hold the single chip. All right, who wants to speak first?
Hi everyone, I'm Christian. This is Ellie and Ethan, and our team is the Flying Penguins. This is our 4th year doing the World Series and our 1st year doing a full state run, and I think it went incredibly well. First off, thank you to New Jersey Audubon and CMBO for hosting this amazing event once again. Thank you to Lillian Armstrong for everything she does for this event and helping our team out. Thank you to Jonathan Irons and Andrew Martin for helping us with our route and some scouting. And of course, thank you to our parents for everything they did yesterday and not killing us. We had quite a few highlights. We had golden winged warbler, we had a winter wren, golden crowned kinglet. What else do we have? American golden plover, long-billed dowitcher. My favorite one was probably painted bunting. We were just done at Coral Avenue, and we came up figuring, might as well give it a shot. It's on the way to our next spot. And we get there, and someone's taking a picture at the feeder, and the homeowner's out on her porch. And we were like, all right, so we'll give it a check. We don't get out of the car's still moving. We all check the feeder, and it's there. So couldn't have worked out any better. Yeah, that's all I got. Thank you.
Hi guys, we are the Pete Dunlins. I'm Jack.
I'm Otis.
I'm Zaid.
I'm Charlie.
I'm Anaga.
And we would like to thank our parents, first of all, for putting up with us, waking up from our houses 11:45 p.m. the night before to drive to our first spot. And we'd like to thank everyone who set up this beautiful event. Some fun things from the day. My personal highlight, all the great birds we saw, honestly can't pick, but I just love being with everyone. There was a lot of times in the car where I was crying, laughing. We didn't have any tissues, so the sweatshirt got kind of used. But, yeah.
I want to also thank our previous mentors, Andrew and Marilapedio. We couldn't have gotten where we are today without them. This was also our first year doing really full state. We never really added Belle Plaine or any of those areas into our route. And one of our highlights was finding a Mississippi kite, which was my personal goal this World Series. And we were at the airport looking for horned larks, and one flew right over us. And we all got to look at it for 5 minutes straight. It was super cool.
So another highlight that I think was a great bird for us was a lifer for all of us was King Rail. Last night, really late, and it was it was one of those birds that we had hope that we'd maybe get to 200, and we almost did.
First of all, I'd like to thank all these guys on the team for bringing me this year. It was definitely a blast. And my highlight was seeing 28 warbler species, and we really looked for Wilson's warbler this year, and we've got it, which is really nice.
My highlight was I heard two great horned owls calling to each other, and that was pretty interesting.
Thank you.
And we will get a second. All right. Yes, we did a photo. Yep. Oh, that's okay. Thank you. All right, well, that wraps up the youth birding challenge. Now on to the level 1 teams. And first up, we have the Big Stay Award. And the highest total at 103 species, the Springwatch Swifts. Transferred over here. Oh boy, nice and fixed. You want to hold it? All right. All right, photo up here first. Step forward. Forward, forward. There you go, Barb.
Hey, good morning. You know, for a team that goes nowhere the entire day, I sure have a lot of notes here, so I'll go as fast as I can. My name's Tom Reed. I coordinate all of our migration watches here at New Jersey Audubon's Cape May Bird Observatory. Thank you. It's also a great pleasure of mine to serve as the captain of this World Series of Birding team. You know, my work at New Jersey Audubon I see as having four main components. One is data collection at our long-term monitoring projects. Two, using that data for good. Three, connecting people of all backgrounds, you know, to nature at our field sites. And finally, also training the next generation of environmental leaders. And I think the World Series is a really awesome opportunity for us to showcase all aspects of that work. So our team this year, we had the maximum of 6 people. We have Barb Bassett, a longtime volunteer and supporter of our project. Steve Roden, a lifetime friend of mine who has done the World Series with me in just about every single way possible, going all the way back to when we were kids. Aaron Rebb, who is one of our Springwatch technicians, returning for his second year from Delaware. If you want to know anything about fireflies, ask Aaron. He is truly an expert. And finally, actually not finally, also Jack McDonough, who also back for a second year on the project. If you have one of these shirts from the World Series this year, the artwork is by Jack. It is meant to depict a scene at the Springwatch. Funny enough, we saw none of the birds on the shirt yesterday. And finally, Vince Elias, the other team member. Vince, one of the first birders I ever met in my life at age 11, a great mentor to me, and it's really awesome that all these years later, he's still very much a part of my work here. So we had a fun day. It was a little windy, it was a little cold, and then it was very still and buggy. But I think, and we have great sunburns, but I think we all had a great time. Thank you to the Borough of Cape May Point for supporting our work, allowing us to essentially run a field research project in the middle of a neighborhood. We appreciate their commitment to our work. To Larry and Judy Winnie, major supporters that make this project go every single year with their generosity. To Hawk Optics, that was our corporate sponsor of the Springwatch this year. And to the High Dune Baking Company. So if anybody showed up and partook in those big white boxes of sticky buns or donuts, those are from the High Dune Baking Company. They are in Avalon. They're good friends of mine. This is a from-scratch bakery, old world recipes. They're very environmentally focused, and we look forward to working with them in the future. And if you need a cup of coffee or a little sugar hit on the way back up, exit 13 right off the Parkway. And I also wanted to thank our donors. This was a record fundraising year in the World Series for Springwatch. I think when all said and done, we should end up somewhere in the ballpark of about $9,000 in fundraising. So, special shout out, Rich Kaufeld. You issued us a special challenge yesterday on the watch. Your generosity means a lot to us, and we appreciate everything you've done on the board, so thank you. Much the same way at the Springwatch is a grassroots project. Our donors also kind of reflect that. We have everything from family and friends to local business owners to board members and everything in between. And finally, you still have the opportunity to give to the Springwatch this year. All donations of $25 or more will enter you into a drawing to win the original artwork that went on the t-shirt this year. So you have through the rest of the day to give, and we will select a winner sometime tomorrow. So again, thank you all very much. Happy Mother's Day. Bird like Tom, and we'll see you next year.
All right, next up we have the limited geographic area, the LGA, which had 11 teams this year, great number of teams. In the runner-up spot with 138 species, which was 86.3% of the county par, the Ridge and Valley Renegades from Warren County. Are they here? And then the winner in this category with 116 species, 89.9% of par, Burden with Glorious Purpose, Essex County. Congrats to both of those teams. Next up, the Cape May County Award, 8 teams in this category. The runner-up with 158 species, the ABA Second Cycle Eagles. I believe they're here. And the winners in the category with 165 species, once again, Zen Zugenru.
Yeah, exactly. Once we had a prom, that would be good. That is true. We did once have a team member go to prom and join us at 2 a.m., and we didn't start counting until then. That was a long time ago. We were younger. Hey, everybody. I'm Dave Hedin. I'm no longer young. I am on the team Zen Zugenruhe. We began as the Hepatic Teenagers in 1994, and we just keep coming back. I'm sorry, New Jersey Audubon and CMBO. We can't get enough. So to introduce folks, this is Glenn Davis, Tate Johansson, Willie Hutchison, and Sam Galick is not here, but you may know him as Sam Alini, the eBird reviewer, who denies a lot of sightings. Or at least doesn't confirm, doesn't confirm. That may be an old attitude of his. He may have gotten a little bit more relaxed these days. Anyway, Sam couldn't join us today, but we had 5 guys in the car yesterday. We've had 5 for the last several years. You know, Tom Johnson up until a couple years ago. Last year was Michael O'Brien. This year, Willie Hutchison rejoins us from the aughts and also the teens. Willie is an itinerant Zen Zugenruhe member, and welcome back. We were glad to have you again, Willie. Thank you for joining us. Unfortunately for Willie, he got the 24-ounce coffee that on pulling it out of Wawa last night at 2 nights ago at 11:45 p.m., the whole 24 ounces of coffee went straight on to Willie. And so we turned around, we offered to go back and get more coffee for Willie. He denied it. And if you've ever been in that situation where you're the person who's got 24 ounces of coffee on you and other people want to get you more coffee, it's nice when they respect your preference. So we did not make him drink any more coffee after that. But anyhow, he did sit in it the rest of the day. I'm sorry about that. That was my driving entirely, so my bad. I do want to just tie together a theme here. I heard Tom Reed mention 4 components. We had 4 components as well, all associated with Wawa, coffee being the first. The second, of course, was donuts. And by 1 a.m., we were wondering, do powdered donuts help chafing? The answer is no. We did catalog that cornstarch, baby powder, Gold Bond powder, and Body Glide, if you haven't seen this thing, those are all really good solutions for chafing. So, pro tip, not powdered donuts. Third component, hoagies. So you need hoagies on a big day. They travel well, they're easy to eat, you don't need utensils, and we wound up having, we each go into Wawa 11 p.m. or so, get as many hoagies as we can carry. Well, we usually get 2 hoagies thinking that we're, I don't know, not big fat men. I guess I'm speaking for myself here, but the fact is that 2 hoagies may not be enough in 24 hours, which is why Glenn Davis, having done this for, 30 times or so, he now brings emergency hoagies for us to eat. And he said at 4 p.m. you'll be thanking me, and we were. We ate all but one emergency hoagie. And then finally, bathrooms. We all need bathrooms, and Wawa does provide those. Now, interestingly, when we dropped Sam off, Sam went to his front door and then walked away. And we said, "Oh, he's probably fine. He's probably going mothing. He does a lot of moth. He's a moth aficionado, a moth identifying." So, assured that Sam would be fine, I drove away. Well, we got a text this morning. Sam had been locked out, so we dropped him off at midnight after 24 hours. He's locked out of his house, and wouldn't you know it, he wasn't within reach of a Wawa bathroom. However, he said he did have toilet paper in his garage, and then everything was okay. That's a true story, according to Sam. I'm sorry to share it here. So the last piece of advice before I came up here was from Willie Hutchison, who's a very dignified individual. I'm glad that he's slumming it with us again. He said, "Keep it classy." And I thought, dude, that's not how we roll. So anyway, I really enjoy trying to make y'all laugh, and thanks for listening to us. Does anybody else want to add anything to this? No? All right, well I guess that's it. I just want to close with, as Tom Reed said, bird like Tom. We all miss Tom Johnson tremendously, and we thought of him all day yesterday, and I hope that you all take inspiration from his example as we do. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Any more coffee stories coming? All right, on to the Cape Island Cup, which had 3 teams. Runner-up with 101 species, the Cornell Redheads. And the winners of the category with 105 species, the Diving Dabblers. Are they here?
Terry's the most responsible these days. Good morning, everybody. We are the Diving Dabblers. I'm Captain Rod Johnson, Mark Boyd, Mandy Talpaz, Kateri Kosick. I'm not going to try to be funny because how do I follow Dave? And I don't have any coffee stories. But we had an interesting day. Mark and I have 27 years of combined experience doing the whole state. Our last time we did it was 2013. And we were, we're done with that stuff, man. But every year it's like, yo, Mark, man, we missed it doing that crazy, stuff and like killing ourselves, 500 miles and running around like lunatics. So we decided we can't do a big stay because, I have the attention span of a gnat and Mark does kind of as well. And anyway, so we decided on doing the Cape Island Cup. I'm like, how hard can it be? It's 6 square miles. We know we're like we've been coming here forever. Like, it can't be hard. What's that? One species of vireo, 8 species of warbler. I'm like, maybe we should have done the whole state, man. But I'm like, I'd be like crawling up here if we did that at our age at this point. But we had an interesting day. It was just, sometimes they're just not there for you, man. But we worked hard. We did what a team does, man. Like we all, everybody found something at some point that we needed. I mean, because that was pretty easy because we needed everything. So good job to my team, and for finding stuff and carry, these young people. Mandy's a guy. These guys are all great birders, by the way. You can Google them if they're in the program. So Mandy owns a Hawaii birding tours. She's from Hawaii. Katiri's we've been birding companions for like 20 years in the Hudson Valley, New York. She's a New Englander now mostly, and Mark's from back in my days in Pennsylvania, Lehigh Valley Audubon. He still runs trips. I don't really have anything funny to say, except thank you.
Congrats.
All right, next up is the Carbon Footprint Challenge. The runner-up with 119 species, the northern sweat owls, who birded in the south. And first place in the category with 148 species, the Cornell redheads.
Yeah, so it's nice to see you all today. We're the Cornell Redheads biking team. I'm Matthew.
I'm Peter.
Allison. Grace.
Ryan. Yeah, so first off, we want to thank the Cornell Lab of Ornithology and Mickey Zipchok for allowing us to do all of this today. They're really wonderful. We're super glad we could do it. And also our mentor and driver here, and then also lead biker, Pete, who we would not have been able to do it without, and who also biked 10 miles with only one pedal. So, yeah, and we're really grateful also to the other Cornell teams for helping with scouting before, and we would not have been able to do all this without them today.
We also want to say thank you to the community. World Series wouldn't be what it is without you guys, and we want to especially thank the people at Coral. They got us on a bunch of good birds that we were missing, and seeing the snacks and like lovely faces after having just biked down from Belle Plaine was very, very nice yesterday. And we also want to thank Mike Lanzone, who just happened to be overhearing us and got us on white-throated sparrow and ruby-throated hummingbird in his yard, so that was very gracious of him.
Yeah, so this year we went for sort of a high-risk, high-reward route plan, especially considering that Allison and I have never done the biking team before, and Allison just learned how to use gears 2 days ago on a bike. We ended up doing 63 miles of biking throughout the day, all the way from Belle Plaine, Stibsons, all the way down the coast to Cape May, and there were some times we were feeling the risk when, yeah, there were some moments, but there were some rewards too, so it was a really, really good day.
Yeah, we had quite a few trials and tribulations, had 3 bikes break down, mentioned the broken pedal arm, broken pedal, broken axle. Yeah, so it was incredible, but our team, everyone here is a trooper. We pulled it together, everyone kept their spirits up, and we stuck through it, and it was just an incredible experience. So yeah, getting to be in such an immersive experience in birding, just like driving through, seeing tricolored herons fly out of the marsh, and like hearing all the songbirds singing at Belle Plaine, just amazing. So yeah, I'm proud to have been able to bird with this team. It was great.
And what was the bike shop's name?
Oh yeah, and yeah, shout out to Harbor Bike and Beach Shop. They help fix everything. Yeah.
All right, now to the statewide awards. And we do have an award for each one of the top 3 teams, so we'll do those one at a time. First up is the Stearns Award, 3rd place, and that with 170 species, 1,000 birds.
So hi everyone, my name is Mark Chellimer. I'm the team captain of 1,000 Birds. My teammates are Cliff Miller, Avery Cunningham, and Whitney Dyer. You'll be shocked to hear that they're out birding this morning. They've really never spent any time where there are so many kites in the air. Avery and Whitney have never seen a kite of any kind, so I said, you guys should go look at kites. I'll represent. So if you see them out today, wish them congratulations. So I started this in 2014 as a newbie with team captains Nick Conti-Nicholas and Jonathan Wass, who many of you who've been around will remember, with 1,000 Birds, and here I am 11 years later. Now I am the team captain. So it's funny how life progresses. Each year is a challenge. This year was 41-degree weather, pitch dark, rain and wind at 4:40 in the morning. And we're at Sally Hardin Road thinking, it's black as night. What's going to be singing? So we took a nap, which was very useful. You know, uncooperative birds at Belle Plaine, we missed almost everything that we'd wanted to see, and yet we heard from the Lunachicks that 2 hours later, they had them all. Sometimes it happens. But then you have cooperative birds like the beautiful painted bunting at 711 Cape Avenue, thanks to the homeowners for allowing so many people to stand there, or the cliff swallow, which obligingly flew right in front of Cliff Miller, right as we were standing at Culver Lake. The best bird of the day was not something that we can count, but we saw a great white heron at Forsyth. And we saw this huge white bird going by, and I said, it's a white version of a great blue, and the other teammates had never seen one, so it was kind of a half-lifer for them. Biggest miss, northern flicker. Couldn't find a flicker all day long. So maybe the most important thing about being a team is how much you encourage other people to be birders. And I think that 1,000 Birds has done that pretty well. One year, Linda Widdop joined us and did this ridiculous job of driving from like 7 p.m. until 2 p.m. the next day. And now look, now they're in second place. They dusted us. And my former team captain, Ken Walsh, he started his own team as well. So if the tribute to a team is how well it makes other people start teams, I think 1,000 Birds does pretty well. I want to thank Lillian Armstrong for putting up with all of the special requests that I made, and really to New Jersey Audubon everywhere for, as team captain Andrew Martin once said on television, best day of the year.
All right, next is the Stone Award, second place, with 181 species, the Raven Lunachicks of DVOC.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you to New Jersey. We're not going to take long. Thank you to New Jersey Audubon. This organization is great. This whole event is great. I've been around this event on various teams. I don't know, feels like 15 or 20 years. Shout out to Tom Reed, the Swifts, Barb Bassett, Kathy Horn, Mark Chellimer. Wonderful guy. Thank you for letting me be part of that team. Ken Walsh in the back somewhere. Thank you. Everybody that helped us scout and everything like that. We just want to say thanks. We had our highest total ever with 181 species as a team. Yeah. Before today, our big distinction was we thought we had the funniest name, and then all these other teams have funnier names now. So I feel like maybe we started a trend with that. But you'll notice that there's one thing that makes us unique. It's we're the only all-female team in the level 1. So that was our big claim to fame until now we got a trophy to stand for it. But we encourage many other women birders get your own teams. Like have some fun. I saw these chicks over here, right? The chicks from Pittsburgh, right on. So good for you guys. And Alex, we know that the New Jersey Audubon is a great place for you to put your money. But our team, I just wanted to call out. We are all DVOC, Delaware Valley Ornithological Club members. Barb Bassett is our current president of the DVOC. And so our fundraising efforts are going to support feather-friendly and bird-safe building collisions. So we do retrofits for buildings in and around Philadelphia. So that's what we fundraised for today. So thank you all.
All right. So last up, the winner with 196 species of the Ernerstone Cup Mega. Up here. Who wants to? Oh yeah. Hold it, Deb. We need a couple more. So the one you did, the other one we did. Oh. All right. Congrats. All right.
Hey everyone, we are Star Mega. I am Andrew, this is David, Ryan, Ben, and Will. And yeah, so first we wanted to start by thanking NJ Audubon because this is truly the best day of the year. This is an incredible fundraiser and event. And we want to thank Michael O'Brien and Louisa Midas, who are not here right now, but were hugely helpful because Will and Ben were able to stay with them while we were scouting the South and were just very helpful to us. So yeah, this was a very fun day. It kind of felt like all of our scouting beforehand fell into place. And as David said, it's a really funny event because we're basically just seeing all the same birds that we saw earlier in the week just really fast. And yeah, I think probably a highlight for us was, I'd say probably the stilt sandpiper that Will and Ben found at Manahawkin. And it wasn't the stilt we were looking for, but it was still very nice. And also, we like to say that this is the World Series of mammaling as well. We had a lot of good stuff out there. There was a river otter. Thought we might have seen a bobcat, maybe not, but for me, I got a proper lifer, which was a gray fox at Tuckahoe, so I was really excited about that. And of course, we're gonna have our fair share of misses. We tried in the morning, tried a hole in the day, tried at night. We could not find an eastern screech owl, but these things do happen. And yeah, we also wanted to shout out the youth teams as well for putting up the highest totals. That's incredible. Really cool for all of us to see because we're all young birders as well. So came up through programs. And yeah, as always, thank you to all of you who mentor young birders out there because that's the reason that all of us are up here today. Also wanted to thank Avi and Avarice as they were crucial mentors to me growing up. And yeah, so thank you to all the youth birding mentors.
All right, if we could just get a round of applause again for all of the teams. So next up, we want to give a chance to go around and have people from the different teams tell just a couple-minute story of their day. Want to thank all the ambassador teams as well who weren't part of the competitive division but are doing that so critical, important fundraising, not only for New Jersey Audubon, but as you see, some groups are doing it for other conservation groups. And that's one of the unique features of the World Series of Birding. It's probably the only birdathon competition, something like this, where you're actually allowed to raise funds for other conservation organizations. So we have a second mic. Oh, okay. So what we'll do is bounce back and forth from one side of the room to the other. I don't know if we have a cowbell, but try to keep your remarks to a short amount of time.
Well, as a member of an ambassador team, which I think kind of means you're old if you're a member of an ambassador team. Can you hear me?
You guys are
All right.
one in a row.
I can't hear me because I'm old. But anyway, we're out there, we have fun. I think I have as much fun watching the competitive teams as I do birding. Y'all are just so incredible. And we are totally non-competitive, except that my dear friend Rich and I have this thing going. As ambassadors, we can have people from elsewhere. We have our son who had a personal day best of 111 birds, and he got us past them, so we're really proud of our son. Passing it along.
Say what your team name is.
So we're YMOS Thrush Hour. I'm Sam.
I'm Colin.
I'm Teddy.
And I'm Jack.
And our day kind of started out slow. We only got, our one owl was a great horned owl at like dusk, like on a skag at Brig. Was kind of cool, and we saw it. And we didn't get nighthawk. We only got whippoorwill in like the last 10 minutes at Tyler Road. It was kind of hard, like to get like a lot of night species, especially like with the winds in only a few hours. And it was like, it was a pretty good day, I thought, and we had fun. Yeah.
Awesome. Great job.
Hello, we're the Runner Ducks. I'm from Atlantic Audubon Society. My name is Josh, and this is Marion. The day was pretty good for LGA in Atlantic County. Went over pretty well. We had some stiff competition this year, and it went over very well. Great birds and great birding by everyone out in the wilds of Atlantic County. Feel like it went over very well, and I saw a lot of birds. So it's a good day.
Is this on? Okay, yes, it is. Who? Okay. Hi. Oh, I'm talking. Sorry, guys. So, hi, we're YMOS What the Peck. I'm Carolina.
Mikey.
Riley.
Gavin. And we had a great time at the World Series. There are so many stories I would like to tell you guys. Like, I have like a boatload, I have like an entire book of just birding stories. I know, Dad, but if I had to pick just one story, I would say probably this one. So basically, we were driving, we had heard lots of reports of kites. Neither of us had seen a kite before, I don't think. So we had a great time, but we had not gotten a kite yet. And basically, at one point, we got stuck in traffic, so we were just waiting at a traffic light. And Gavin right here, he just looks outside, and he's like, oh, look, an osprey. Oh, wait a minute. That's not an osprey. Guys, there's a swallowtail kite. We all look, we're like, yay! And it was getting beaten by laughers, so I hope that kite was okay, but thank you for being right out in the open where we could see you.
I want to do Swainson's.
So we also got the Swainson's warbler. It's a reoccurring. And it was cool. So we saw some poo on the ground, and the call goes, ooh, 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 stuck in poo. And we thought that was a sign. And then we got it.
Okay, that's enough. Who's going next?
We're the ABA Second Cycle Eagles, and we did Cape May County, so that was a nice change from last year when we were biking, get to explore a bit more. And we had a great day. We definitely earned our birds. It was quite slow at times. And yeah, big thanks to the ABA for supporting us and all the support they give to young birders around the country.
We're the SVC Red Tails, and our funniest moment was probably when we were driving to the Ocean City Visitor Center, and we couldn't find any pigeons, but while we were there, we found one, and we spent like 10 extra minutes looking for this pigeon. And then as we're leaving, I said, this city doesn't have enough pigeons, and immediately there were pigeons everywhere. After we spent 10 minutes looking. But we had a really good day, and it was a lot of fun.
I'm Jason, and this is Harlan. We are the Surf Birds, and our initial goal was just to delve into this a little bit. I had to make the exception that if the waves were good, we were going to ditch birding and go surfing a little bit, but the waves sucked, just like the birding. Actually, the birding was pretty good. But we ended up with 99 species, so we were very excited about that. Of course, thank you to CMBO, who we're raising funds for, and New Jersey Audubon for always putting on such a wonderful event.
Hi everyone, we're the SVC All Gas No Beaks. We started off really hoping that we were going to see black skimmers at some point during the day. And right as the sun was setting, we walked out onto the beach at Coral Avenue. And like right as we were watching the sunset, we saw two black skimmers skimming across the water. It was really beautiful. Yeah, it was a really successful day, and thank you to everyone who made this event possible.
Hello, I'm Rich. I am here with the Wandering Tattlers, my 10th year with the Wandering Tattlers, which is the board team, a team of board members and friends from New Jersey Audubon. Dave, Meredith, and Kathy, who are birds with the Century Run team for CMBO, but is also on our board. It's my favorite weekend of the year. We do this to support the wonderful staff and all the great associate naturalists that make all of this possible. We're very proud to be the largest fundraising team for the World Series of Birding. And unfortunately, I do have a story to share. How many people saw a swallowtail kite yesterday? Can I see the hands? All right. Well, I was in the car or in the bathroom or under a tree looking for a warbler, but believe it or not, I did not see a swallowtail kite. So anyone sees one out there today, I'll be looking. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Jim Wilson, and I have wonderful teammates, marvelous Melissa, Ramblin' Rhonda, and audacious Aubrey. And Aubrey wants to thank the lady at the desk coming in who gave her a children's medal because she looked like she belonged on the children's team, even though she's 20 years old. I also want to let you know that we compete in the Cape May County and that we constantly keep our totals kind of low because we want to hear David Hedin speak. We started the day at the Beanery, hoping to hear a barred owl, which we had heard in scouting, but unfortunately the Cape May County fire alarm siren did not go off, and we did not hear the barred owl before we headed north to Belle Plaine. And I have one really interesting story to tell, that we were in Belle Plaine, and I had had some green grass salad dressing the night before that kind of forced me to find a spot to take. There wasn't any bathrooms nearby. So we pulled up, and I'm trotting around the corner, and there was a pickup truck parked by where we stopped, and Rhonda gets out of the car, and this guy starts approaching the car, and he says, "What are you doing here? Get out of here. You don't belong here. I'm going to sick my dogs on you. Get out, get out." And he was serious. This was not a joke. And the ladies were terrified. And I'm around the corner with my pants below my knees. And let me tell you, that's one thing you don't want to hear when your pants are below your knees, is someone's going to sick their dogs on you. But other than that, we went to the Belle Plaine office and reported it immediately to the policeman who just happened to be standing there, and he went off to see what was going on. But as always, we had a marvelous day. My wife is so gracious, allowing me to get in the car with 3 lovely ladies for 24 hours, well, for 3 or 4 days. And she's a wonderful mother, and I miss her dearly, and I'll be seeing her this afternoon. All you mothers and grandmothers out there, have a great day.
So I'm going to switch hat. Can you hear me okay? Is this one better? Oh, I like that one. I'm going to switch hats here for a second and talk about the CMBO Century Run team. So we had over 20 people on the team this year. Most of us were on the bus. Many of those people are right here today. We also had some people birding not on the bus, some in New York and some in New Mexico. So as a group ambassador team, we ended up with 206 species. On the bus, we had 120. I think as the case for every team here, wind was the challenge yesterday. So I would definitely call it a quality over quantity day. Northwood was especially, how appropriate. The Northwood Center was especially good to us. Summer tanager, red-headed woodpecker, 5 or 6 warbler species right in that little clump there. We don't talk about rose-breasted grosbeaks, even though I'm wearing it. That was one that the rest of the team got, and somehow I missed, and they refused to find one for me the rest of the day. So the kites were wonderful, I think, for everybody, so we were fortunate, sorry, Rich, that we got the kites. And as always, great to stop by Springwatch. That's where we've ended the day the last few years. Last night was a beautiful sunset. I just want to thank not only my team members for all the generous supporters that CMBO gets, that are supporting the team and all of our efforts throughout the year. This is definitely one of the most exciting days of the year, but our work continues every single day. So people like the Springwatch team back there, all of our programs that Adele and the others are running throughout the year, all of our migration monitoring. It's people like you helping to support things like this that enables us to do it. So thank you, and thanks to my team. Karen, before we do that, just so we don't, I know, but. Who hasn't gone? No, there's a couple, but I want to just so we don't, just hold it.
Oh, hi everyone. We're still doing this. Hi, I'm Adele Schwader. I'm the program coordinator for the Cape May Bird Observatory. I had a ambassador team. We're called the Rambling Redstarts because I do tend to be long-winded. I will keep it short today. But there was myself and 3 other team members, 3 of which are our volunteers, Karen Thompson and Dave and Lynn Pollard, who help run our over 250 programs we do every year. So all the money we raise not only goes to CMBO, but to help support our volunteers and also our seasonal employees that also run most of our free programming in the fall, which is our busiest time, as I'm sure you all know. So we got 132 species, our highlight being finally tracking down a turkey after all day checking all the fields. But I kind of added a twist this year where the idea was to share our team with people that wouldn't be able to join us the day of. And I thought it would just be a handful of people birding just in a few states, but it turned into 25 more people, and people birding from places like Vermont, which was two of our other previous volunteers, Warren and Claudia, who helped us grab some more warblers, as well as previous counters, naturalists, and songbird banners that were in Oregon, Michigan, North Carolina, Jamaica. So, and then also some other friends that were birding in Australia, China, India, the UK, Mexico, and Slovakia. So it really got out of hand quick. So that's whenever you see that we have 544 birds, that's how, I swear. Even though our team missed out on downy woodpecker and what was the other one? Some other really common ones. We had some of our other seasonals, Gautham and Kojo, were able to pick up on things like that. But we all missed whippoorwill. No matter how many teams you have in all many different places, you can still miss whippoorwill. And yeah, so on top of that really fun day that we have, driving all over Cape May County trying to track down birds, we also had some other highlights like Antillean nighthawk and red-winged fairy wren, and Indian spot-billed duck. So birds I had never heard of. So thank you all again for being a part of this event. And maybe if you want to drive Lillian crazy, you can also invite people from other places to join your ambassador team. So thank you all again.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Dan. We are Avian Avarice, Justin and Rob. Rob and I have been doing this event for like 15 years together, and Justin's been almost as long. And no matter what birds you see, this is the best day of the year. We have a lot of fun. And on a personal note, I'm a high school teacher. This event gives me the opportunity to share birding in my classroom with scores of students. They all know what it is. They might not understand it, but they've all heard about it. And I think one of the most important things about this event, no matter who you are, is it gives you a platform to talk about conservation with other people, people who normally wouldn't do it. So that's the most important thing. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Stephanie Bilkey, and I'm a member of the Galbatrosses. Our team also consisted of Martha Harbison, Purbita Saha, and Jessica Gorzo. And many of you probably know Jess. Most of you probably don't know me because I came here from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I don't know anything about New Jersey birding except that we were here in 2019 and we saw 31 female birds. So that was our goal. We were only looking for female birds. That was what we were counting. Okay, I should say, we also looked at other birds too. So I did get my lifer Swainson's warbler yesterday. That was incredible. We did, it was a male, but we still went and found it. It was singing, so it was most likely a male. I mean, we know that some female birds sing, but we did count laughing gull because we saw several birds copulating, so that was a good indicator for us. Thanks to Dennis from the BBC who followed us, putting together an amazing story about female birds, as well as Jennifer Ackerman, who many of you are probably familiar with her books. So that kind of made extra fun and special day for us too. We did get 38 species where we were able to count females and including a couple of special finds that we were excited about because we only had 31 the previous time. Northern flicker and what was it? Oh, Mississippi kite, yeah. And huge thanks to Martha for doing incredible research and just gathering so many female facts. This is just like blowing up, and I learned something every day that I didn't realize about birds. And just huge thanks to Jess, who's not here, just was our team ringer who knew the areas and the sites and was able to guide us yesterday.
saw you hiding there.
Hi, everyone. I'm Emily Reed from the Nature Center of Cape May. We also had an all-female team this year called the Elegant Interns. We're all women in the environmental, thank you. We're all women in the environmental education field who got our start thanks to internship opportunities. So we are raising funds specifically for the Nature Center to help support future environmental educators on their own journey. So thank you all for your support, and we had a great time.
I did not identify who our team was, so I need to do that. We are the Spectacled Screen Thrashers. Our captain is Lillian Armstrong. We have Deb Shaw, we have Susan Moody, I'm Guy Moody, we have our son Ian Moody, who I said got 111, and he was in the Baltimore area only. And we have Shannon DeAngelis, who is also staff, and Kimberly Peters, and she's in upstate New York, Massachusetts. But what I didn't say also was we missed all those kites because we started out in Belle Plaine when it was still quiet, because that's the only time Lillian can bird, that time of the day, those first 2 hours, and then she is working her butt off. And so, Lillian is amazing. She is incredible. I'm going to make her cry, but I love this woman. So let's everybody have one big last round of applause for Lillian Armstrong.
I'm just going to say one thing. If you pre-ordered a t-shirt, please pick it up. Because we're not mailing it to you. Just kidding, we will. But, and do get your pictures taken out on the red carpet, and please, please, please get home safely, and we hope to see you next year.
All right. Thank you again, everybody, for coming, for making this such an incredible event. We will look forward to seeing you next year for the 43rd World Series of Birding. Lillian, the date? Do we know next year's date? May 9th, next year. Be here. Let's have fun again. So thank you all again. And happy Mother's Day.